thank you so much for once again stopping back by. I really do hope that you're going to enjoy today's video so that you can keep coming back for more. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the 24 lessons that I learned at 24. I just turned 24 like 2 weeks ago, so I'll be sharing with you guys 24 lessons that I learned. If that is something you're interested in watching, do stay tuned to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe. Let's get into the video. So I've written my lessons down just in case if you see me looking down, because I'm prepared, child. I am a prepared Hannah. Okay, so the first lesson is: the greater the pain, the greater the joy at the end. Honestly, when you're going through hardships and like when you're going through pain and hurt and disappointment and whatnot, you get so consumed by the darkness of that time that you don't even see the potential of light again. But I've learned, I think with the 24 years of grace of life, I've learned to Guti, you know what, the universe always works things out for you. Things happen exactly how they should happen, and look, the day always comes. It doesn't always just stay dark. It's not always night. The day has to come. The tables have to turn. So it's really just, when you are in that place of dark, it's really just a matter of staying within the hope, staying within the focus, staying within the trust, staying within the faith. You know what, because it doesn't always stay like that. And the deeper the hurt, the deeper the joy. The greater the pain, the greater the joy. It's things money can't buy that are of true sentiment. When we talk about things that money can't buy, we talk about love, we talk about trust, we talk about honesty. Like, you can't buy trust from a person, you need to earn it. And once it's broken, it can never be the same. So no matter how much money you have, you cannot repair trust that has been broken. So it's the things that are not bought by money, that are of true sentiments, that matter the most. You have materialistic things, you know, when you've longed for something for so long, once you have it, when you don't have it, you think it would fulfill you. Once you have it, you realize it doesn't come with fulfillment. If anything, as humans, we always want more. You always want more tangible things. You can get this car today, you're gonna want a better one next week, you're gonna want a better one next year. That's just how life is. As humans, we always want. It's the things that we can't buy that matter. It's the peace that matters, because you can't buy peace, and you almost can't be functional at your fullest capacity without peace. You can't buy love, but love does bring happiness. Love does bring an emotional feed. If the soul craves to be loved, everybody wants to be loved, everybody needs to be loved. Oh, and that's something that money can't buy. You always want, it's good to have people that you can trust in your corner. That is something money can't buy. The third lesson is, you're the only thing you can be sure about. Everything comes and goes, so always put yourself first. I feel like this one is really self-explanatory. Honestly, you are your biggest investment. You are your biggest bet. You are the one sure thing. Friends come and go, family come and go, partners come and go, everything comes and goes. Literally, money comes and goes, jobs come and go, everything comes and go. That's my baby brother coming back from school. Shame, he wanted to say hi. Hi, Nana. So honestly, when we talk about self-investment, I'm not just talking about career and chasing money. I'm talking about emotional stability. I'm talking about mental stability. I'm talking about you before everything else. So you before your family, you before your kids, you before your partner, you before your career, you, because yes, those things take so much from us, but at the end of the day, you always that one person that you're gonna have to face. So it's very important for you to be okay mindset wise, so that you can be able to give off, and so that you can be able to feed into these multiple other things that require you, such as career, such as family, such as friendships, and etc. But it's so important for self to be in a good space all the time. Because trust me, if self, and by self I'm talking about your mental state, I'm talking about emotion. If you're not okay emotionally, nothing else is going to be okay. Not your relationship, not your career, not your friendships. If the brain is not okay, if the emotional state, the heart, the peace, the soul is not at its place, it's not at its peak, and it's not okay, everything else collapses. And that's just that goes on to show how important it is for you to always put yourself first. Make sure that you are happy first, and then everything else will fall into place. My neighbors have chickens. If you are hearing noises, that is why. The next one, I think it's the fourth one. Get rid of expectation. I had to learn this the hard way. You will never get disappointed. Get rid of expecting someone to do that, of expecting things to be that way, so that you never get disappointed. If you don't expect, if you just keep a grateful heart where things always surprise you, where if somebody goes the extra mile for you, it wasn't expected, they did it because they want to, it always shocks you. If you do that, or if you train yourself, it's not an easy thing to do, because we have these certain expectations that are just created by society. For instance, if you have a friend, you have certain expectations that have to come with the friendship. If you have a partner, you have certain expectations that have to come with that partner. I'm not again saying now settle. There are some things that you can't compromise. It's either you have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, then we can't work, whether it's friendship, whether it's relationship. So I'm not saying settle, but also don't expect the person to do something for you. Don't expect the person to give you something, because when that doesn't happen, you find that you're constantly disappointed because you expect. So just keep it neutral. The only person you should expect from is you, because you're the only person that is supposed to get things done for you. Nobody owes you anything. Not the world, the universe, your parents, your family, your partner, your friend. Nobody owes you anything. You're the only one that's going to make it better for yourself. The fifth one. Always strive to come from a position of strength. You want, not need. Honestly, when I wrote this down, I was like, probably this is like the best one out of the whole 24. Make sure that you are always positioned in a position of strength. When I mean strength, I mean you will be in places because you want to, not because you need to. You will be with people because you want to, not because you need to. You will be at certain jobs and environments because you want to, not because you need to. So always make sure that you are positioned from a place where you want and not where you need. Because once you start needing, that is desperation, that people start taking advantage. Then you start settling for anything. You start not being okay because now you need certain people, you don't want them. You need certain relationships so that certain things can get done. If you love yourself first, and if you love yourself enough and you don't need anybody else's validation, anybody else that loves you is a bonus, you'll always be at a position of strength, because you'll never feel like you need another person's love. Yes, you're going to appreciate another person's love, because as I said, we all need to be loved, we all want to be loved. But also, if your love is sufficient, you will never feel like I need this person because they come with love. Yes, you'll be grateful that they're part of your life, but when it's no longer working, when it's no longer making you thrive, when it's no longer serving you, you'll always be able to let it go, because it's not from a place of need, it's from a place of want. It's a luxury. It's one of those things with you know what, I really enjoy dessert, but I can live without dessert. So yeah, especially my young ladies, always strive to come from a position of strength. It saves you from a lot. It really does. The sixth one is people overpromise and underdeliver. I had to learn this the hard way. Like, I had to learn that people will promise. People will promise. People will promise. Whether it's 77 Zini, even in families, people talk a lot. It's so easy to talk than to do. It's so easy to say, I'll do that. and not do it, you know. So be okay with this. What's going to make you okay with this is not having expectation, because once you start having expectation, you'll be upset when people under deliver. Yes, listen to people when they say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do, cool, but also be aware with it might not happen, and be okay if it doesn't happen. So never hold anyone accountable to do anything for you, you know. It's a bonus. It really is a bonus if you get someone, a friend or whatever, who will say they're going to do something and they stick to it. It's amazing. But obviously it's not a trait that I like, so I live by show me, don't tell me. Like, show me, just show me. Don't tell me that I want to do this or I'm going to do this. Show me. Just like how I show people. I'm not a woman of many words. Like, I don't like to talk. I just do. Like, I will come with things done instead of me telling you. Like, I've had incidences where people say, hi bo, outside show, and I'm like, because I don't like, I like doing. I think there's just more power in seeing than hearing. But that's just my take. Always save at least 10% of what you earn. When I say earn, I mean anywhere, any time of the month. I'm not just talking salary or like a weekly stipend if you are getting a stipend. I'm talking about even the cash that just comes randomly, even if it's a birthday gift, even if somebody just gave you money, even if save 10% of it, you will thank me later. Like, ayiki mali encane to save. Even if you're saving 10 rand, somewhere, somehow, it is going to benefit you so much, you will be shocked at how much handy that 10% of 50 rand is going to help you. Eighth lesson is, we all experience insecurity. Be patient with yourself and understand exactly what you are going through. I didn't know that we all have insecurities until I had to be insecure myself. I had never been insecure until 23, until last year. And I realized even the people that we look up to, even the people that look to have it all together, career wise, looks wise, body goals wise, everything, brain wise, you know, people that you think are doing well, somewhere, somehow there's an insecurity. But also I got to understand, one, it's normal, it's part of growing. Two, I need to understand where it comes from so that I can take care of it. I need to understand, oh, this happened for me to be insecure. What triggers me to be insecure is this. So it's not a thing of getting rid of that insecurity. It's a thing of being able to neutralize that insecurity so that it doesn't take over you. But the only way to neutralize it is to understand where it comes from, what triggers it, and how do you then overcome it. Maybe you are a person who from time to time, you know, you feel envious. I feel like actually we all do. You know, when things are not going grand in life, you go to the gram and you'll see how other girls are living. You'll see how other girls are spending their holidays. You'll see how other girls are spending their birthdays, and you're gonna start to feel like you're gonna start to envy. It's okay to want certain things and to work towards getting them. It's okay to look at someone's life and be like, I want that. We all want to progress. We all want the good for ourselves. But it's wrong when you start coming from a place of jealousy, when you start coming from a place of, I wish Usman Mani wasn't in Cape Town, I wish Usman Mani wasn't doing this. Then it starts being wrong. And it's very easy to sort of get there if you are in a dark place, you know. So, but if you are able to determine, I get insecure when I see other people living life and I'm not, and I start to feel like, oh, Shuti Mina, I'm not doing enough. Oh, Shuti, I'm not good enough, I guess. So what gets you out of that, when it could be a thing of, then I just work on myself. I get off social media up until I feel better, or I listen to music, or I just go back to self. I literally just return to self, get rid of social media up until I feel at a place of confidence again. So you've determined the problem, you've determined what triggers it, and you've determined how to solve it. Not that it's never going to come back, but you are able to maneuver around it and keep it neutral. Healing comes in many stages. There's no such thing as get over it. For the longest time, I would ask people, hey bro, you broke up with Usman Mani a year ago. Girl, you still like, I was that person. I was that girl. literally, until I had to heal myself. Lalela, into funny. Listen, today you can feel like, you know what? I'm not talking about relationships, I'm talking about any type of healing. Today you can feel like, no, here's a team. I am big. And then tomorrow you could be feeling like, yo, whatever messed me up yesterday. It's part of healing. Just be okay with days being different. Cause of variety, and you won't even believe that. Say what right. You have to start somewhere, and there's no other way to do it. I think this one is also self-explanatory. You have to start somewhere. Those dreams, those goals are not just going to start at a peak. They have to start at the bottom. And you need to be okay with starting at the bottom. And remember, what is my bottom may not necessarily look like your bottom. We don't come from the same backgrounds. We don't have the same privileges. We don't know the same people. So what may seem like my beginning to me may not be your beginning, and you need to be okay with it. There's not a beginning that is too low than the other. There's no beginning that is better than the other. So if you have to start from what seems to be low from you, it is okay. You will reach your destination. It's really not about the speed that you are able to go in. Never say never. Tomorrow it can be you. There's no such thing as it can never be you. It can definitely be you. You don't know what the universe has in store for you. You don't know what God has planned for you. So honestly, anything can happen to anybody. The 12th one is never react from a place of emotion. React when you are no longer emotional about it. You will be heard better. Often you want to deal with people, or you want to deal with things when you are still upset. When somebody has made you angry, you want to tackle them there and there. When something has upset you, you want to deal with it there and there. I've learned to not do this, because when you do this, you react from a place of and often instead of being heard, you provoke an argument. Instead of the person receiving you well, you provoke a defensive side of them, because now they will then respond from a place of defense and not from a place of hearing you and understanding you. Now you will say things that you will later sit down and be like, it was a bit out of character. So personally, I've learned what works for me is, if I'm angry or if I'm being triggered, I've learned to be quiet about it and then react. I'll definitely address it. I will definitely react, just not when I'm still emotional about it. And I've learned if I do this, it helps me to communicate better. I feel like I'm heard better when I talk from a place of just addressing the issue and no emotion. I'm no longer angry. I've dealt with it. I've digested it. But now I'm just telling you what you did and how it made me feel and what I would like to happen. And it's not just me stating the problem. I'm also telling you what I would now like to happen, because I've had time to digest and comprehend, because I'm no longer at a place of emotion. And sometimes this means me taking time off and just crying about it. And 13, silence is golden. Thula. Yazi uvela uthule nje. Thula, hayibo thula. Hayibo thula. Yazi bese ngathi into uyibona ngiyibonile. It is golden. It is golden. It helps you get through so many things. You end up finding things come to you. You don't have to go to them. Solutions come to you. You don't have to go to them. Silence is golden. It is not everything that you must react to. It is not everything that you must question. Everything is in danger. Just be quiet. Not because you didn't see them, but just choose to be quiet. Just choose your peace. You will see how things will work out on its own. You will see how the truth is going to come out on its own without you even having to hlokoloza it or want with it. What happened? Why? A wise woman is silent. Number 14, define what's important to you and what matters to you. It doesn't have to look like your friends. Define what peace looks to you. What's important to me is not going to be important to you, because we're not the same. Our goals are not the same. nothing about us is the same, if no matter how close we are, even if we are sisters. So just because Usman Mani is doing things like this and it's working for them and their priorities look like this, it doesn't have to be the same for you. Lesson number 15 is life is all about choices. To have a good life, you need to make the right choices. You need to make the good choices. To have a bad life, all you gotta do is make the bad choices. Sometimes you don't know if each choice is a good one or a bad one, but in time you learn to distinguish what is good for you and what is bad for you. And once you are able to distinguish that, you'll be able to make the right choices in order to have a right life, or in order to have a good life. But honestly, impilo can be anything that you make it. Impilo can be anything that you want. It is all about the choices you make. Right now, you are living a life that you once made a choice to. Whatever is happening in life now is a result of a choice you make. Whatever the outcome impilo right now is a result, and it's always going to be like that. The choice that you make tomorrow is going to determine what 9 months from now looks like. So at number 16, I just realized I've already spoken about this. That's how important it is. I wrote it down twice. It's no one's job to make it happen for you. Nobody owes you anything. You're the only one that needs to make it happen for you. Guys, so the lighting is a bit different now because I just came back. It's way later now. I had an online acting session, so I hope you guys can forgive me for that. If you don't know what that is, I am now an acting coach. If you would be interested in my acting coach services, everything will be linked down below. I also do have a video where I basically explain that I'm an acting coach, but that's not what this is about. Back onto the lessons. Coming in at number 17. First ngongenisela. Ngiyacela bhuti wami. Coming in at number 17, your gut feeling is never wrong, especially my siblings, especially as a woman. Like, your intuition is never wrong. Trust us. I actually read somewhere your gut feeling or your intuition is actually like guardian angels, so you need to learn to listen to it, because often it's right. Often what you feel is exactly that. Okay to change your mind at any stage in your life, in your career, in the relationship, in the friendship, anything. When it no longer feels right, or when it feels like you want to reroute or redirect, do this without even thinking twice. Ne? It's okay to change your mind. Changing your mind is normal. Changing your mind means growth. It means you are seeing things from a different perspective. Danger! Thank you. Why Milego Kumkata on my window? It means you are seeing things from a different light, from a different perspective, which ultimately means you are growing. You are moving from how you saw things to how you see things now. You owe no one an explanation. Be the CEO of your life. Very self-explanatory. Guys, when it comes to your decisions, when it comes to what you like, what you don't like, what you wear, what you don't wear, what you partake in, where you go, who you date, it needs no one's validation, okay? You are the CEO. You make all the rules. You bend all the rules when you want to. You restructure the rules. You are the CEO of your own life. Take charge. Own it. Coming in at number 20, follow your heart, but always take your brain with you. Like, I think when I wrote this, I was particularly referring to umjolo, right? Often when you are in love, you take your heart with you and you forget your brain. Yet, it is so important to take your brain with you, because when you take your brain with you, it allows you to take calculated decisions. It's important to take, oh gosh, all the time, no matter how in love you are. Always make sure that your brain is with you. Always make sure that no man, you are sleek. Coming in at number 21, you are too young to settle for less, but too old to be living carelessly. I think 24 going forward, I've already made sense of that. So listen, I'm too young not to be doing what I want to do. I'm too young to be settling. I'm too young to be second guessing. But also, I'm too old to be taking enough decisions that are not calculated, because now every move is a result. Every move is a consequence. So I can't just be living for the sake of now and not thinking about tomorrow. But at the same time, I cannot be doing what I want. So I don't know if it makes sense. I think the most important thing about this point is balance. Find balance. Don't settle, live, do exactly what you want when you want to do it with who you want it, but also let it not impact negatively in the future. Don't make decisions that will haunt your future. Don't make decisions that will slow you down or have a negative impact on your future, because it's like we're getting old. It's like 24 is like, no, I'm old. It's yeah, né? And then coming in at number 22. When love comes, welcome it, but when love goes, let it go. What's yours will never miss you. This whole thing of forcing things, this whole thing of forcing relationships. Look, leaving a relationship, a friendship, anything ship is so hard, because also invested this person knows you on a level that not everyone does. You've shared memories with this person, but also if it's no longer serving, if it's no longer it, allow it to go so that new love can come in, so that love that is meant for you will come in. Also, be sure to let it go when it's gone, but also never lose hope. Something new, something better is gonna come. Something that is meant for you is gonna come. So let it go when it goes, but constantly welcome it. Constantly have courage enough to give love another chance all the time. Coming in at number 23. This one is also very, very important. If you start, you must finish. Don't teach yourself to give up. Don't teach yourself to leave things incomplete, because if you teach yourself this, it becomes a character trait. It becomes part of your character. You do it once, you tend to find there's so many things that you start and don't finish. Sometimes you need to finish just for the sake of finishing. Finish when you're tired. Finish when you no longer want to. Finish when you are so drained, but finish just because you started, so that you can have the belt to say, you know what, okusalayo, I finished what I started. And the last one, God will never let you down. He knows best, and his timing is always perfect. There's so many things that have not happened in my time, and when it didn't happen, I thought, oh God, I've prayed, I've fasted, I've done everything by the book, I've worshipped you, I've trusted. Why is it not happening? And then later in life, funny enough, I've always received whatever I've asked from God, just not on my time, just not when I wanted to receive it. But believe me when I say, everything that I didn't receive on my time, but later, or when his time was right, came far better, came 2 times better than what I had requested. He doubles up if he doesn't triple up. So it's not a thing of it's never gonna come. It's a thing of his timing is perfect. Yes, it's a bit hard to accept it at that time, because it often looks like rejection. It often looks like a no, but often it's just simply a not now. God's timing is always perfect. So when things are not happening, I've just learned to be still. I've learned to just be still. When no's come, when rejections happen, I've learned to go, okay, it's not mine now, but better is coming, because your timing is perfect. Thank you so much for watching. I hoped that this video was not going to be too long. If it is too long, oh well. But thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed. It's still going to be fun. I can't wait to see you guys again. Can't wait for my next video. But for now, do check me out on Instagram just to see what I'm up to if I'm not here on YouTube. But for now, you definitely are a star. I'll see you next time. Drop down below your favorite lesson from the video. But for now, you definitely are a star. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.